Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jody and today we're going to do a quick flip through and look at the book that I have included in my video 10 books to touch in 2022. This was a requested flip through of this book. It is Painterly Days by Christy Rice. It is the Woodland watercolor book for adults and it has 25 pictures in it, but there are duplicates of every page. So this will be not a full review of the book, but more of a quick flip through so you can see what's in the book. So the book has a flap at both the front and the back, and that's so that you can put the flaps in between your pages as you're working on them. There is information on the flaps. So at the back you have a suggested materials list, and on the front you have some tutorial and a color wheel, and so that's how you kind of start the book. I'll tuck this in at the back so we can see. There is a table of contents. The pages are numbered, so you can the pages are not numbered, so you just kind of have to follow along. The paper is watercolor paper. She's calling it Luxe watercolor paper, but nowhere in this book do I find out the poundage of the watercolor or if it's cold or hot pressed, anything like that. There is a breakdown. I'll zoom you in just a little bit. So you've got the berry leaves and pods, and with that she talks a little bit about how she remembers them, why she kind of included them in her book, some painting tips, and on being an artist, and then a quote. So each one is done like that. So you have berry leaves and pods, then you have botanicals, there's springtime, succulents, and greens on this page, and then the next double page it just goes into each one. There's birds, strawberries, and basically she's telling you how a little tip on each one, how you would paint it. So like for blackberries, her tip is looking for the perfect rich dark purple, take a good amount of water, mix in bright purple, add a smidge of red and a smidge of blue. To dull the purple a bit, add a hint of yellow. So it's kind of giving you a little bit of a tip on the color combinations and how she achieved the colors that she wanted. And then you get into the pages. So this page, I actually, when I first got the book, I started it a little bit and then I realized I wasn't quite ready to tackle the book as a whole. So each page is watercolor paper. It's fairly thin, but as you can see, there was no bleed through on the next page. So you can paint directly in here, and that's what it's meant to be. It's kind of like a practice book. So the front is a picture and the back is the exact same picture. So a lot of the pictures have a quote. So this one's a quote by Teddy Roosevelt, and it's covered in flowers and botanicals. And then on the back you have exactly the same thing, including the quote. Kind of wish that one page had the quote and one didn't, but that's just the way the book is. The pages can be removed, so you can either paint right in the book, and if you're going to paint, I suggest using the flap behind so that it protects in case there is any bleed through. You can, though, you can see that the pages do tear out easily. So I'll just now do a flip through of all the pages that are in the book. So you've got lots of botanicals. She does have a couple of books. So there's one that has woodland creatures in it, so like little animals. I picked the botanical book to start with. So there are pages that are just pictures with no, so there's a crane. Sorry, there are pictures with no wording on them, and then some with wording. And if you didn't do a good job on the first page, I do like that you can turn it over and try again on the page underneath it or behind. This page has lots of little dragonflies and small birds, so it's quite, and little bunny rabbits, so it's quite detailed and small. So I think that overall it would be a fun book to do, but I don't think that I would plan on ever like doing the full page and like framing it or anything. I think that I'll use this book as a practice on, you know, different techniques. So I've got some ferns here. So that's what I'll be using this book for. So I mean, although it says it's for beginners, these pictures are not, in my mind, beginner pages. There are 25 pages in total, I believe I mentioned. So this page is all butterflies. So if you just wanted to, and this one is hummingbirds. A tree, acorns, frogs, ladybugs. So I think if you wanted to practice, you know, some lily pads, I think that this would be a good resource. Some lambs or baby deer, I guess, is probably more what they are. More botanicals, pine needles, and that's the end. So there's a quick flip through of this book. I do plan on touching it in 2022. I did pick up though a different watercolor book, so I'll show you this one, which is Dana Fox, Watercolor with Me in the Ocean, and I will do a flip through and review of this in a separate video so you can see. This is more of a beginner, and it has step-by-step instructions, so I think this book is more my speed and where I'm at, and then I hope to get to this when I have a bit more experience with watercolors. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful creative week and get out there and do something fun in the summer. Thank you. Bye-bye.